everyone. This is Silver Sneakers Classics class. We're gonna focus on moving your feet to this beat. We're gonna work with some weights, a ball, a band, and a chair. We wanna get you in shape and working out from the comfort of your very own home. So right now, follow me. We're gonna march in place, and we're gonna keep on moving. We wanna focus on breathing and keeping up with me. Now, if you need to take a little half step less, that's okay, take your time. We're gonna go ahead and change up our movement in a second by stepping side to side and pulling our arms back. So just keep up with me and I'll show you how to do it. Ready? Here we go. And we go side to side. Focusing on breathing, focusing on moving. You wanna feel strong and keep it going. And we're gonna go back to march. Very good. All right, guys, we got a whole nother move coming up next. We're just gonna keep marching and get to it. Stand up tall, head forward, breathing, and keep your eyes open. Pick up those knees, move those shoulders. We wanna get nice and warm. All right, guys, that next move's coming. We're gonna pick our hands up and open and close our legs. So get ready, here we go. Half jack coming. Very good. And again, if I'm going too fast, take your time. You can do a half a beat. You don't have to keep up with me. And we march. Very good. All right, we got that 2 more times. So we're gonna march. We're gonna step out again, and we're gonna do our half jack 1 more time. For now, keep on marching and try to get warm. And we go, boom, boom. Very good, keep it up. And if you wanna take a break, have a seat. You can always come back when you feel like it. And we march. Very good. Very good. All right, we're gonna do our half jack again. Let's get it. Very nice. Don't forget to breathe. Keep going. I know those shoulders are burning. Keep it going. Almost done. Almost there. And we're gonna finish it off with a march. Relax those shoulders. All right, guys, now we're gonna work our joints. We're gonna work with range of motion and warming up the joints. So we roll the arms back. And again, you can march or you can stand in place. Either is fine. I prefer to keep moving, but it's up to you. And if you feel like you don't have good balance, you're always welcome to come to the back of your chair and use this for safety, comfort, and support. All right, very good. Working on the shoulders. Now we're gonna pull our elbows out and we're gonna twist it up. We like to call this the blender. So blend it up, guys, left and right. And also remember, closed fist, and we do both hands. Don't forget to breathe. All right, for all my daredevils out there, we're gonna hop on our motorcycle. Here we go. And again, you can march or stand still. It's your choice. Don't forget to breathe. You see how I breathe loud? Because I want to remind you to keep breathing. And we'll break it off with some figure eights. We're almost done with our wrists. All right, now we're gonna open and close our fingers, but I want you to squeeze, okay? Don't just close your hands. Really squeeze them. Feel those muscles working. Very good. We're gonna go ahead and stop the march, put our hands on our hips, and we're gonna do some circles. So we'll bring it around. Very good. right, we go both ways. Just want to get that hip nice and warm. Be very careful. If you need balance, you have the chair here. This is your friend. This is your extra forelegs. Okay, very good. Now we're going to just twist our torso nice and gently. No jerking motion. Nice, smooth movements, and keep breathing. Very good. We're going to go ahead and put our hands here or on the chair, and we're going to use this motion to move the neck. So we're going to go back and forth. Now we're going to go left to right. No jerking motion, take your time. And now we're going to go ear to shoulder or side to side. And we'll do some circles. Nice and slow, still breathing. Take your time, both directions. You guys know your limitations better than I do, so you'll know how many is too many and how little is too little. And then we're going to finish it off with a march. And at this point, this is the ending of our warm-up. We're going to go to core and balance next. So if you feel like you want to take a break, maybe go get a sip of water, you're welcome to do that. Because we're going to march off to the end, and we're going to keep going until we get to the next routine. Don't forget to breathe, keep moving, and try to keep up. And if you can't, no problem with taking your time. Almost done. Just keep it going. Don't give up. Keep moving those shoulders and move those knees and keep those feet moving. We're almost done. We're about to change, so don't quit on me just yet. All right, very good. Excellent, excellent. All right, we're going to go ahead and sit down, and we're going to continue working with our core. So we're going to go from the front of our chair to the back of the chair. I just want to remind you guys, you have both of these options, okay? I prefer the front because you're required to stabilize yourself and sit up tall. So I recommend it. But if you want to get against a chair, that works equally as well, okay? So what we're going to do is put our hands behind our head. We're not going to pull our head. They're really just here for show, just to tell us to put our hands somewhere. We're going to put our knees right here, and we're going to focus on bending our spine. We're kind of doing a crunch, and at the same time, we're going to march. So we're going to march our knees up, and we're going to work out our core. And again, don't forget to breathe. We're going for 12 to 24 reps. If you really lift the leg the right way, you're going to feel your core activate. It's going to give you a great comprehensive workout. Don't forget to breathe. You got about 8 more. All right, guys, very good. So that's our core. We're going to go to balance. So feel free, take a second, take a deep breath from getting up and sitting down. Make your way to the back of your chair or something stable at your own pace. So we're going to go right here. If I have a wall or a table or my chair, I'm going to rely on this to give me extra stability. So what I'm going to do is put my hands on my hips. I'm going to poke my toe out, and then I'm going to proceed to lift my leg 1 inch off the floor. As you can see, I'm not lifting very high. What I want to do is keep this standing leg very straight. Don't bend the knee and don't fall into your movement. We're doing this just 12 times. All right, we're going to switch. And we go here. And if you feel like you need a little support or a lot of support, you have it. And again, take your time. Don't rush. Very good. We've got about 3 more. 2, 1. All right, guys, very good. So we're gonna go back to our core. We're gonna work out our sides right here, the obliques. We wanna get them moving a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in the front half. If you wanna sit in the back, for this one, this works well. So open your legs, stabilize your body, hands on your head, and we're gonna just dip to the side. You wanna feel right near the ribs, that tightness. You wanna feel yourself really working out. And again, as always, don't forget to breathe. So we're doing 12 to 24 reps. If you want to stop anywhere in between, that is perfectly fine. We got about 3 more. Very good. So feel free, take a little bit of time, take a deep breath, sip of water, and work your way to the back of your chair for a final balance exercise. So now, instead of focusing on lateral balance, we're gonna focus on frontal balance. We're gonna step to the side of our chair. The leg that's farthest from the chair, I'm gonna pick up and balance on my straight leg. Keeping the leg nice and firm with your knees straight. Hands on your hip, and we're gonna touch our toe out. They call this single leg balance to reach, because you're reaching your leg right in front, helping to work on that ankle, knee, and hip strength. And we're doing this 12 times. Very good. We'll go to the other side, do the other leg, and then we can cap that off. That's balance and core. All core and balance exercises are 12 reps. And don't forget to breathe, keep that knee straight, and if you feel like you don't need your chair, you go ahead, but be careful because you have that extra support if you need it. All right, guys, very good. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump to our resistance portion of the training. So feel free to take a moment to go get a sip of water, or maybe wipe some sweat off your brow, or just take a breather. We don't wanna get too overworked. We're gonna be doing this over time. So we wanna get stronger, longer. All right, guys, so now we're gonna move forward to the resistance portion of our training. We already touched base on cardio and core and balance exercises. So now we're gonna work with lifting actual weights and using different types of resistance to help build our strength and resistance during any type of movement. So we're gonna be focusing on a few muscle groups. We're gonna focus on the chest, the shoulders, the back, biceps, triceps, and of course, the lower extremity, which is your legs. So we're gonna start with our chest first. Whenever you're doing any exercise on the chair, there's 2 ways you can sit in your chair. There's all the way to the back, with your back firmly against the base of the seat, or you can slide forward and sit in the front. We're usually gonna use this position to help us resist the resistance band pulling us back on our chest press move. So, as you can see behind me is a resistance band attached to my chair. Assuming you don't have a chair like mine, you have the option to take your resistance band and put it on your body and use it in another way. So putting it under our arms and holding the band is a very good way to get the same effect as if it was attached to our chair. But there's one important thing. We have to wrap it twice around our hand to shorten it so we can get more resistance for our work. So here's what I mean. I take the band here, I grab it, and I shorten it. And I do that on both ends. So now, when I'm doing my chest press, I'm able to get a nice resistance and I get a nice feeling of that I'm working hard and putting in good effort. My muscles are working and I'm working. Now this is the chest press I was talking about. We push our arms forward, kind of like doing a push-up or maybe pushing a door open. I bring my elbows behind me and I push forward. Be wary of going open like this. This is not the movement I'm looking for. I want to see the elbows flexing and extending as well. I want to see your arms going back and forth. We'll do this for about 24 reps. You can choose between 12 and 24 and stop at any point in between, okay? The next exercise we're gonna do, we're gonna put our band down and we're gonna go to the dumbbells. So I'm gonna grab my dumbbells right here, my 2 5-pound dumbbells. We have 1 to 5 pounds, and I'm gonna do a bent over row from a seated position. So again, I wanna go from the back of my chair and I wanna sit in the front so my feet are flat. Now, assuming we don't have dumbbells, you're welcome to grab a milk gallon jug or water bottles or books, anything that has some weight so you can get some type of comprehensive workout. So what we're gonna do is put our hands to our knees with the dumbbell, lean forward, and we're going to draw our elbows behind us. We wanna squeeze the back with no jerking motion, nice, fluid, and relaxed movements. Now, of course, you're gonna be tense, you're gonna be working, but you don't wanna be moving aggressively. You wanna take your time and feel the burn. Be aware of putting your neck too high because this will cause some neck pain, a little tension. You wanna keep your head in a neutral position, so as you can see, it kinda looks like I'm looking at the floor. And again, we're doing 12 to 24 reps, and you can stop anywhere in between. And don't forget, always remember to breathe. Okay, so now we just worked out our chest and our back. We're gonna go to our shoulders next. So what I'm gonna do is one of my personal favorites. It's a beginning exercise for shoulders. It's called lateral raises with a bent arm. I like to call them chicken wing. So we're gonna go ahead, put our arms that way, and we're gonna bring our elbow out. Now be wary of keeping the arms in. You wanna keep your weights just as far as your elbow. And again, we're going 12 to 24 reps. Don't forget to breathe, sitting in the front half of your chair. Very good. All right, so now we're gonna go to our dumbbell curl. Now you have two options to do this. You can either use an actual dumbbell or you can use your resistance band. I'll be honest, the resistance band is a little more difficult. So I recommend starting with a dumbbell to get acclimated to this workout, and then later when you've gotten a little bit more stronger and more comfortable, you can use your resistance band for a more intense effect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit up very straight, front half of my chair, arms to my side, chest up, spine nice and tall, and I'm gonna twist my hands at my hip, bend my arm as far as I can, and bring it back down and twist at the hip again. And I'm gonna do this 12 to 24 times. Try not to move the actual arm. We don't wanna see this motion. This cheats the bicep. We want the bicep working completely by itself. So we're gonna come up and down. And again, no jerking motion, nice and simple, nothing aggressive. You wanna enjoy your workout. I always tell my patients, suffer, because when you suffer, you truly get stronger. All right, very good. Put those down right there. So the next thing we're gonna do is tricep extension, AKA tricep kickbacks from a seated position. There's other forms of tricep extension that involve laying on the floor, on a bench, or on a ball, but we're doing something a little bit different. So we're gonna sit in the chair and we're gonna get the same comprehensive workout. So what I'm gonna do is put my hands right by my side. I'm gonna bring my elbows behind me and I'm gonna lock them right here. I'm gonna lean forward, and then I'm gonna keep my elbows in this position, and I'm going to extend my arm all the way back. Again, being aware of not bringing the head too high to put tension in the neck, breathing, keeping the arm in a stationary position, only extending and flexing the elbow. And again, don't forget, breathe in your nose and out your mouth. This is gonna work the back of your arm right above the elbow, the tricep. Very good workout, one of my personal favorites. And again, 12 to 24 moves, and you can stop anywhere in between. All right, very good. So now we're gonna do my personal #1 favorite. This is probably the most comprehensive exercise for anyone that is trying to get stronger and live a better life, a stronger life. We're gonna do squats. Squats are awesome. So basically what we're doing is sitting up and standing down, but we're using our proper muscles to make that transfer of energy. A lot of times when people get up, they have the very famous, everybody knows this guy. And when they sit down, they plop back in their chair, and it just creates a weakness and a lack of strength in the body. So we want to focus on making ourselves stand up and sit down without actually having to let gravity take effect. We want to resist gravity, and we want to use our muscles in our legs and in our bum so we can do that. So here's what we're going to do. Front half of our chair, feet on the floor, nice and flat, hands in front, lean forward. What we're going to do is we're going to sit to stand. And as we come back down, we're going to come down as slow as we comfortably can and try to avoid that plop or that gravity pulling us down. And here's a trick. If you want to be even a little more effective, you want to take your glutes and you want to drive them forward. You want to squeeze them nice and tight so you can push the hip forward and really get a functional standing motion. And again, we're doing this 12 to 24 times. Be wary. You don't want to get dizzy. You don't want to get, a little bit fatigued. If you feel like you need to take a break, you're always welcome to stop and come back later. I always like to tell my patients, do whatever you want. I am a reference and you're going to follow me. And when you know your body better than I do, so take your own decisions into your own accord. Okay. And we just keep going here. We want to be focused on not letting the knees go in, knocking knees. We don't want to see this. We want to keep the knees right in line with the toe. We want to stand up straight. It is possible you might get a little bit dizzy from this in the first beginning, so you want to be careful and take your time. If 12 reps is too much for you, then maybe you can do 8. Always breathing. Make sure your heels are driving into the floor, your eyes are open. I know sometimes we want to close them eyes when it's hard, but we got to take it easy. We got to keep ourselves aware and alert to everything we're doing. All right, guys, so we just covered a few muscle groups. We went through the chest, we went through the back, shoulders, biceps, and triceps. And we just learned the parameters of how little and how much movements we're going to be making within our exercises. Again, this is the Silver Sneakers Classics class, so it's made to help you live a better quality day. Getting up out of bed, sitting down in a chair, getting in and out of the car, putting boiling water on the stove or hanging up something on a shelf. All of these daily living activities need to be made easier for the senior population. And this class is dedicated to helping you live a stronger and healthier life.